Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video right here on Ethereum. Beautiful update this is going to be because we had a breakout. Ethereum got the breakout. Ethereum pushed through the breakout. I'm not certain anymore what I said yesterday. I think yesterday I did switch my bias, right? Because what I said, it's been a little bit of a mixed week because what I said before in the week, when we were at 3,600 and 3,500, I said, all right, I think it's most likely we're going up to 3,900, right? So we accurately predicted that. But I think on Friday, I think yesterday I said that I thought it was a little bit more likely that this was a fake out and that we were going to get back into the range, which is down here first, and that from that range, maybe we could break out, but that we would see a retracement, right? A rejection first. And that is not what we've seen. We've seen a continuation for Ethereum right here, fueled by a lot of hype right now and a lot of momentum, especially for in August, right? So we have to now make the decision. And I have made that decision and I have switched my bias. Although I have to say that yesterday in my middle of the day market update, I already said, I believe, and that I thought it was most likely that this was a real breakout. So I switched my bias yesterday already. But we have to make the decision and say, is this a real breakout? Or is it not? And that's beautifully drawn. Can I also draw it straight or not? This is the main range that we had up here. Is this a real breakout out of that range or not? And then we even have to go further and say, is this a real breakout above a level that's been acting as the main resistance level, which is 4,000 since March 2024? And that is a question you have to ask you have to ask yourself as well, right? Because ultimately, look, I'll give you my thoughts and I'll give you my opinion, and I do have quite a bit of knowledge on Ethereum and trading and the crypto markets, but you have to make your own decision as well. So make sure to do that. But what we're seeing right now is that, first of all, fundamentally, Ethereum is doing incredibly well. When you take a look at the total value locked at this point of time is the highest it's been since April 2022. My apologies for the clock on the background. I'm recording with some bad audio. So that's great, right? The fundamentals are great, fueled by stable coins, fueled by major DEX trading volumes. We haven't seen this stable and this many DEX trading volumes in years either, right? I mean, we've seen some major spikes, but that's it. So that's great to see. And then we also, and that's obviously fueling the price right now, we also have a couple of companies that are starting these Ethereum treasury strategies, something like we've also seen, for example, by Michael Saylor with MicroStrategy and Bitcoin. And there's a couple of companies kind of bidding against each other, trying to become the Michael Saylor or the MicroStrategy of Ethereum. So they're all buying tons and tons of Ethereum. I think the Ethereum in OTC companies, right, so where these companies can buy Ethereum, are running out of Ethereum. So Ethereum has to be bought on the markets. So that is pushing up the prices. And that's why we broke out and that's why we see the momentum. Now, the thing is, though, is that, okay, the fundamentals are good, both, if we talk about regulations in the United States, but also if we take a look at raw statistics on the network, and then we also have a lot of Ethereum being gobbled up. But then the volume we have during this breakout is much, much lower than the volume we had, for example, during the breakout Thursday, the 17th of July. So there is a bit of a bearish divergence, right? Where we do have a lot of momentum, a lot of open interest coming in. We do have a lot of, but we don't have the same amount of volume, and we also see lower highs with the RSI. Now, did that stop Ethereum from rallying up higher in July and June? No, we actually did rally higher afterwards. However, I think it's risky. All right, now I think because of the fundamentals right now behind this move, I would say with or without a breakout or with or without a retest, I do think this is a real breakout. I just think that, is this the right time to buy? You have to make the decision for yourself. About 50% lower was the right time to buy. I think that was the best time to buy. I think this is a real breakout. I think we can rally up higher. My first price target would be 4,600 afterwards. And I do think we're going to get at least a mild pullback over the course of the next 2 days, by the way, fill some of those imbalances at least. So I am bullish on Ethereum. Because of mainly the fundamentals, I think this is a real breakout, but that doesn't mean that you should just 100x long Ethereum right here or risk even more, because you're definitely not early. But those are my thoughts. That's what I think you need to know. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.